Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League. We continue on the night here, our Game Fuel Marquee match, of course, between the Chicago Huntsmen and the New York Subliners. What a season it's been already. Unforgettable to say the least. And hey man, COVID has changed things, but hasn't changed things too much. We're still loving the Game Fuel, baby. I did drop those a moment ago, and if you're wondering, yes, they're empty. I've drunk all this stuff. But I'm ready to rock and roll, Phil, into our game. We've got our Game Fuel Keys to Victory coming up in just a moment. And again, mate, we have a very exciting series ahead of us. Did you just crack one?
I've had one open for a little while. However, yes, yours might be empty. Mine has a little bit left. Am I excited to get into it? Yes. Am I getting a little bit frustrated because I want to get into it a bit sooner? Yes, but the keys to victory for the Huntsmen. Formal needs to bounce back this tournament and get back to peak form. I think the role change will certainly help him. I think as well I was just on social media in the break there. It was a little video from the Huntsmen a while back. It was with Coach Sender just kind of saying what they need to work on. That was going mode by mode. He thinks the hard points, they really need to work on the rotation, which sounds simple, but I do agree with him. You know, simple rotations, I think sometimes when you've got so much firepower and talent on your roster, you can get a little bit lazy. Now, on the side of the New York Subliners, Mac, of course, joining these guys, he needs to make a massive statement. He needs to kind of come in, do his own work, but I also feel like he's got to impact the rest of the players as well. They have got to step it up. If they're going to take a team on like the Huntsmen, they all have to be on the same page and all have to be on a very good page at that. Live up to the hype. Everyone's waiting, anticipating the Mac attack.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Mac has gone from obscurity to now infamy in the Call of Duty community. Let's see if he can truly live up to the hype in this upcoming match against some of the biggest names in COD. This is going to be a big one for the Huntsman, Phil. We discussed this a lot with RCTs in the build-up and, of course, in the trip cap. We saw that comment from Formal saying now that he feels like he's out of the slump, that he's back into the swing of things. And this is going to truly be the test that the Huntsmen need. If they can take down the Subliners, they can roll on through the rest of this tournament with a lot more sort of confidence, a lot more vigor, real wind in their sails. But until we get to that point, this is a very tall ask now. Can the Subliners get in this one? Look how new Mac is. He's even got a portrait. He's even got a picture in the database. Let's rock into this one, mate. Let's go, brother. Straight into the first map here in the last series of the day. It is going to be a gun runner hardpoint, and already Formal back on with the AR, I think, just maybe for the opening rip, but nonetheless finding the kills already, and the kills are going the way of the Huntsman.
Well, here we go. The kill feed in the ever so green Forest Huntsman-like green here. We do see a couple of kills go either side, and a well set up gunless here just on the power position that is the Coltrane. RCTs, of course, is going to be that MP5 player, the nuisance, and talking to him, he said that he just needs to be that kind of thorn in the side of teams, the frustration that will set them back. And Mac, so new to the CDL, we haven't even got the player profile at the top right. It's interesting to see, honestly. It's kind of funny, but I'm so interested to see how this kid comes out the blocks. And when all said and done, the first 40 seconds is upon us. We do see the Huntsman with, of course, rotation to that back warehouse. Now, interestingly enough, it seems like they play this very smart. Gunless kind of just pushing up Cole when he needs to, but they're backed off just at the right time. So going back to what, Sender was talking about, rotation. It's a good start for the Huntsman.
Yeah, solid start for the Huntsman. Again, when we talk about hardpoint, it's first to 250 for the win. For those of you who are joining us who maybe don't quite know what's going on, and these hardpoints will change once every minute. That small icon just underneath the in-game clock, right in the middle of the screen. Now we roll up to the second hardpoint. Watch those white arrows now try to flood in. There's a few ways into that back warehouse, into the storage depot, as they now try to break. Attach trying to find an entry from up top, trying to assist his teammate from behind. So far, Mac has yet to really light up that kill feed for us, but he is sitting at 6 and 4. In the kills and deaths department. Attach, unable to find anyone, as it looked like RC's was up high. Of course, our marquee player, as he does what he can. Now Temp continues to push right through that front door. Goes for the crack now. In we go. Is the slide, but once again, Scump, Envoy, they're doing what they can to lock down the back. Scump finds his 5th kill now in a row. And we are going to be now looking towards the next hardpoint. Top left-hand side of the minimap. Go towards Cole. You see those white arrows now lining up, gearing in for it, Phil. So far, so good for the Huntsman.
Yeah, it really has been. 6 in a row for Scump, 3 in a row for Envoy. Kind of turning up the dial a little bit here, but pushing over towards Cole. Mac just holding the line. Accuracy finding a couple with the assault rifle. Much needed here. Trophy system down. It's a really nice setup here for the Subliners and much needed. So very back and forth. This has kind of gone as expected due to the spawns. But can the Huntsmen break on through? Can they put the pressure on? What I'm liking from the Subliners here, they're actually pushing them out. They're pushing really far forward. Tempting one of these players, and here he is from behind. Finds one. Can he stay alive? That's the important bit here. Gets the stun out and gets the stick, I believe. He does. RCTs is going to be blown to smithereens there as the New York Subliners not only keep control, but they will take a small lead here. The Huntsmen unable to break on through. They'll go for it again.
We are watching the Huntsmen do what they can to hold this one. that pressure up, make their way forward. Gunless on your screen, do what he can. Nice two-piece for him. He almost gets the third attempt. Just too hot on that trigger. Finds himself 3 in a row, but there we go. The final 10 seconds. And now we are across the map once again, back over towards those shipping containers. The Huntsmen looking to be in a prime position to get the initial time here at the very least. Formal up top of their N4s. We'd like to be seeing a player back in his comfort zone, but not to say he's slacking or not to say that he's too comfortable in any way whatsoever. Now we're trying to see the Huntsmen take the charge here in the game, but nonetheless, the Huntsmen on the back foot right now as the Subliners in white make their way forward. Nice bit of work from Scum there, almost catching Formal there with a hit 5 at 11 and 5. Scum is absolutely beaming right now. Good looks for the Huntsmen as they try to hold on now to this to the cargo fill, but at the same time, you are seeing a very, very aggressive push now from New York as they make their way forward.
We certainly are in a very close game here, and maybe a little bit one-sided at the start as the Huntsmen got a strong start, but the Subliners since then have controlled, of course, that backside. We're rotating over to the cargo. Formal up top is going to get the better of accuracy. The M4 battle continues, but accuracy does take down Envoy in the meantime. And what is important, of course, now is these final 15 seconds is keeping these force miles. We talk about it all the time, and the rotation is so crucial. The Sublines, they've nailed it. They've pushed, they've pressured, but they've not overdone it. There's one player, that's Zuma, who finally goes down here. The one death that maybe they could have avoided. But look at the setup from the Subliners here. 4 players all around now. Number 6 is going to be Attach, who's going to be tracking back. But a 1.5, 15 and 10. Attach having a stellar start here to the hard point.
Yeah, Mac as well, sitting at 9 and 9. First player up on the hard point. Going to do what he can to slow these players down. Gunless from up high does get the kill. There's another one waiting for him. But now the break, as we see the Huntsmen finally be able to break through those front doors. Now they're behind enemy lines. What are they going to be able to do? Mac cleans out another one. There's his 3rd in a row. And Mac, ooh, Gunless finally getting the better of him there. But Zuma still applying that pressure, maintaining the defensive hold here. As New York, they are not letting anything get through. And if they do, they're dealing with it very, very quickly and decisively. This is unlike anything we've ever seen out of New York, especially against an opponent like the Huntsmen.
26 and climbing 15 seconds, a contest will come through. Great that they broke it here for a short second, but accuracy at the back is going to get those final 10 points. And hello, Huntsmen. This is the home series of the Chicago Huntsmen themselves, but New York Subliners. Yes, we've seen an impact from Mac. He's 13 and 12. I mean, not an incredible scoreline, but look at the difference that he's making towards the roster. It feels like they're so much more comfortable. 4 players will finally go down, and this could be a strong pushback here for the Huntsmen as they now control the middle, and of course the rotation to the next as well. With 45 seconds, Miles, a long time to play here. They're down by around 60, but certainly not out of it just yet.
Look at Attach, man. I mean, just so far, so different to what this squad once upon a time looked like. The New York Subliners have just come alive, and Attach trying to find these kills as he leads the charge from the front, and he keeps the kills coming. 20 and 13 for him now. He's really starting to light up, and this is the energy you want to be seeing out of a team like New York. The charisma, the challenges that they're trying to take here. It's just working out. Nothing right now in the bank. We're trying to watch them now take that control to the back right-hand side of the map. Big time, and plenty of kills now as Attach. He keeps going, dude. This was a 6 kill in a row. He's unstoppable right now, and that is going to see the break. That's going to see spawns flip now for the New York Subliners. They're going to have control of the right-hand side of the map as we come into the second set of rotations. Bang, there you go. New York have got it once again.
York are dominating here, 23 and 13. I said he was at a 1.5, and right now he's about to break a 2.0. Attach 23 and 13 with a 10 plus right now. He's not only carrying his squad, but everyone's doing their part. Accuracy at 17 and 10 seems to be winning the assault rifle battle. Envoy on the other side of things. What's happening? 8 and 22. This kid was going off, and now he's just getting shut down by the Subliners here. 196 and climbing. Miles, it's starting to get to the realms of, is it possible that these guys can even come back? The 200 mark has been broke. Are we talking 100-point club here?
I don't want to say it just yet, but we're certainly starting to look that way. And we go back to that player, I think it's attached to the line down the front door, just holding the line. Zuma cleans out the back, finds another kill there with a little bit of help from Temp. Lovely work again. We're looking ever so closer towards the win now for New York. This is an upset if ever I've seen one. The hype is certainly real right now. 30 points for the win. New York gearing up for the push towards next. The Huntsmen do have the next set of rotations covered. Here we go though. What have you got, New York? On the break, straight into the guns of Arstiz as he holds the line. Doesn't. He gets the second kill. That's unbelievable work from him, as he will find the second. Just keep the clock ticking. Keep this push alive. Don't let New York get in behind those lines, and don't let them start to ruffle your jimmies, because right now, they've managed to do it. Envoy gets cleaned up before managing to find the second. Now, Arstiz straight back onto that hard point. You cannot let the New York Subliners get any of this.
95 5 points is all the Huntsmen have right now. They are going to break 100. They have the control of the hard point. They need something pretty special to bring this back. We start to see the Subliners develop this momentum that they've probably been craving and wanting from the very start of the CDL season. They look like they're going to give this one up. With 15 seconds, you want to start to be rotating over towards that cargo once more, but it's always going to be gunless in the middle, shutting you down, and this is strong from the Huntsmen. If they can get these last 10 seconds and rotate over to the cargo here, they are going to do so. Scoop's going to be pushing in as well, maybe a one-on-one with accuracy up top. He doesn't spot him, but he'll find a touch down low. Miles, they're still down by 100. Is this possible at this point?
It's absolutely possible. I mean, the scoreline that they've just started to pull back already is looking great, but this is it. You've basically got one last push now for the Huntsmen. They've got to break these containers now. Otherwise, this is going to be it. This is going to be curtains and attach with a 3-piece from behind. Zuma, Mac, that could well be it. That could truly be map number 1. You got 10 seconds out of the break. They spawn in from behind. The Huntsmen now with a chance to get pushed on point. Accuracy's got to hold this line alone now. Shots go out. The clock keeps ticking. Chicago finally break onto the point, but is it too little too late? They took a lot of lives to get to that point, and now we're back on there, Phil. Is there a chance we see it lost here? 247. Accuracy trying to break in from behind, and already holding that line, doing what they can. New York are on the absolute brink of a ridiculous upset here. The New York Subliners, 250 to 135.
Wow.
The hype, Phil, are you on board the train yet?
I'm on board the Dylan Price train right about now. I don't know what has changed, what's happened. I mean, is it the impact of Mac? That is the question at this point. Because Mac, yes, played his game, played his part. But the likes of attacks there, 34 kills and just 18 deaths, so close to that 2.0 ratio. Kills are not everything, but we saw over 2 minutes of kill time coming in from Mac. I believe it was 2 minutes and 8 seconds. He was the highest in the score department as well at 4,800. Overall, a very strong performance from the Subliners, from Mac, from Attach, from actually Zuma, Temp, everyone. You can just praise them for now, but it is only one map into the series. What I want to know is, where was Envoy? Where was that aggressive, dominant, submachine gun player in Envoy? I didn't see him anywhere.
I didn't see a whole lot of him either, man. It was tough. It's tough. Let's have a quick look at some stats from that last one, friends. Again, you're all wanting to know exactly how that went down, and it really was Attached, mostly leading the charge there. 34 and 18, you called it, Phil, but that 2 minutes plus of hardpoint time for Mac, that could be the difference maker. You're allowing these players like Attached and Zoom to run around and do whatever they want. 24 and 14 from accuracy. This is a man who I watched play possibly the slowest game of Warzone I have ever seen in my entire life. And I mean, we're talking snail pace. The man was a tortoise right there. But that was a very, very solid showing on a map that you do have to move around a fair bit on, right? That was great. Either way, let's let that one get out there. Let's let the game fuels do the talking for themselves. We've got a scuff play of the game coming up in just a moment, and it was going to, of course, Phil, be Attached. That I believe it was a 5 or a 6 spree. We saw him go on there by the cargo containers. This is a new New York. This is the new New York. Like, if something happens to New York and we have to build a new city in the future, in some dystopian future that isn't COVID related, this is new New York 2.0.
I tell you what, it's a refreshing sight for the New York fans for sure. These guys have struggled from the very start of the CDL, and you know they're picked up, I believe, 10 points here and there, but apart from that, these guys have been now put into one of the hardest brackets I've seen in a long time, of course, with Chicago first, and they needed something special, and that was special. That was 250 to 135. That was a dominant performance. The vibes, whether we go to a listening or not, hint, hint, production, that would be awesome a little later down the line, maybe in the Search and Destroy for the Subliners. But these guys must be on Cloud9 right now.
Absolutely. You saw in the quick scope there brought to you by the US Air Force again. The points difference is staggering. The match record is also staggering. But the current form, you can't take anything away from New York. You can't take anything away from the team change they made. And initially, it wasn't looking so great. There was a little bit of issues in the LA and the Los Angeles home series we saw recently. But honestly, you cannot fault those kind of results. Absolutely brilliant stuff coming out of New York there. But hey, can they keep that one going? Again, maps and modes brought to you by the US Air Force. First map is done here in the series. It, of course, is a best of 5. There's a Search and Destroy on St. Petrograd coming back up next. And when we go back over to Gunrunner for that domination in map number 3.
Well, I tell you what, these guys have a mountain to climb. We talk about how important these series are, both maps, modes, but it can soon get away from you. You can soon find yourself getting a series loss, dropping down to that loser bracket and suddenly be, a game away from elimination. A home series for Chicago, that's not what you want. But looking at that Chicago roster and looking at the talent that these guys have, you have players that have played together for months, for years, the likes of RCs have done much, previously partnered up, or Scubble, T2P. Where do you start with this kind of duo? And then Envoy seems to be that kind of X factor that they've added to it. Miles, this is like a recipe for success. This is a recipe for respawn domination. Yet we see that. It's confusing to say the least.
It's a weird thing. You're absolutely right. It's like you have all the right ingredients. Is it the chef? Is it is it how you're cooking it? What's going on here? And of course the New York roster as well, man. I mean, this is a team that we have a lot of love for, and I had a feeling about this squad to begin with, but with the addition of Zero, I thought it was all going to be good. But it seems to be Mac Meltz who's really bringing that special secret sauce to this New York team. And again, he's in for Happy this time, which is again interesting enough. What a change these teams have made. Brilliant stuff, Phil. As we roll further into this series, and of course, we have a Grubhub pick of the day, I believe, coming up shortly, Phil. And hey, man, if anyone is talking about food more on camera, I believe you are the person who does it the most. By far.
I mean,
maybe
sure,
in a close second.
Sure, it might be me, it might be you doing an impersonation of me. Miles wasn't too happy with them. It seemed like the rest of the CDL was, so that's the main thing. But talking about our Grubhub pick of the day, for myself, it was Zuma. I think for New York, it was a player which has won tournaments, won championships. This guy has pretty much done it all, and we've just not seen. We've not seen that out of him. We've not seen out of it. Honestly, it was between him and Attach, and I chose the wrong one. I would have looked way smarter if I picked Attach after that map number 1. But for you, Miles, it looked like you had a few different options there.
I did. I picked Formal and Benson picked RCs. I truly thought that Formal was going to be the guy to absolutely go off. I thought he was going to be the Fry Master. I thought he was going to be seriously delivering unto the fans that which Chicago fans want, which is a big old win. But don't forget, Grubhub, if you go to the perks section of the app at 5 until 9 p.m. in your time zone, they're offering $10 off orders of $30 or more. Support your local businesses, friends. They're doing everything they can. You know what? Why don't you jump on Grubhub and try to order loads of game fuel? Because I'm sure some restaurants will provide you with service. I can't joke. I'm not even going to try. Instead, I'm just going to let that one fall to the floor. And someone will make a gif out of it, hopefully. We'll see how we go. But brother, Grubhub, doing God's work. I must admit, I'm very, very grateful for all the food recently.
Miles, I mean, we're a little bit delayed. We can see ourselves, and I tell you what, it was perfectly timed. You're juggling of the cans, and me just taking a very normal.
There's two kinds of people in this world, Phil. There's two kinds of people.
There certainly is, and we're not the same type of people, for sure. But going forward, again, I think it's very important to have a look at those kind of key players. For New York, I don't think you could pick one player. I think we talked about, it could be Mac, it could be the anyone at that point. It has to be all of them, and it was all of them. But for one map, that's what we've seen so far. We've got a long series ahead of us. Huntsman fans, I know whenever Miles casts over your favorite team, they lose. But we've got a long series ahead of us, okay?
Look here, mate. I don't want to kick them while they're down, but the last time we saw Chicago play, they were losing 3-1 to Florida, right? That's just the way it is. This is the truth, dude. I mean, not that the curse is real or that it even permeates through team names or games or years. It is what it is. But what I will tell you now is the change they've made is significant enough, right? I truly believe that the Huntsmen have made a significant enough swap over. Maybe New York is a very bad matchup form-wise. Maybe it's just the kryptonite right now they have. We all thought it was going to be Florida, but right now it's looking to be the Big Apple boys. End of the day, the series is far from over. We go into a search and destroy now. And once the search and destroy is done, we go into a domination. And what do you know? The Huntsmen could definitely pull this back, Phil. I truly believe this, first match jitters, get that out of the way, allow the comms to come through from the coaches, get Sender in there, get everyone calmed down. Remember who you are as a team. Remember who you are as a group of players.
I like that.
You are truly champions, man. Get back in that mindset. Don't let this all get to your head. Don't let this get away from you, because it hasn't gotten away from you so many times in your career. Pull it back, Chicago, now or never. Or in game 2. I don't know, then it's really never. But come on, boys.
I do like that, though. Kind of remembering who you are, what you've accomplished, and, the situation we're all in right now. They can kind of pull off anything. We've seen, whether it be a full sale, 5-0 to a 6-5, whether it's been a crazy comeback. Those maps happen. I'm hoping for the likes of Envoy. He can put that behind them, because we've seen Envoy shine in Search and Destroy. We've seen him shine on Petrograd. Ladies and gentlemen, that's where we're going. Search and Destroy Petrograd is coming up next, and it should be an exciting one. This, I think, is a series to watch out. There's a reason this was our Game Fuel marquee match to watch out for. And, if there's any clue to, a Game Fuel marquee match, when it's on the can, it says accuracy. The player to watch out for. Honestly, I just had to say that. I had to put that one in there. I'm looking around the can. There's no one else. I don't see it. It says 0 on it, actually, on mine.
Does it really? That's bizarre. Well, we'll leave that one to the fans to speculate and play around with. But hey, at the end of the day, Search and Destroy, their friends, it's first to 6, as these teams will take turns alternating attacking these bomb sites. Here we go. It's a good pick for Chicago. We saw what they did last time against Paris. Full sail, 6 rounds in a row to pull it back from the absolute brink of defeat. Now we go up against the New York Subliners. It's a slow push towards B. They thought about it, and then they backed on up. Donnie 10 there, lying down in the middle of that street, backing up over the line. Lovely timing from Formal. That catches accuracy. Dead before he even hit the ground. He couldn't make the gap. And there we go. Nice early advantage there for the Huntsmen. Oh, greedy. He cut his fill of the grub. I'm trying to fit these in now. Because, oh, dude, that was a 1v1 he needed to win. Attach is going to get that defuse after picking up the M4 and just ripping gunless. And oh boy, stats magic. New York take the first round. What? Not all heroes wear capes, Phil. But one of the cool things about YouTube is you just hit that rewind, brother. Just literally hit that rewind. It's a live video. I know, bro. Well, let's just roll in around number 2. Mac now with the bombs. New York are on the offense. And it's an absolute straight delivery in towards A. They're not slowing down whatsoever. It does look like Attach is holding the flank, but nonetheless, the battle now rages in that small courtyard in that little shipping area. Gunners from up high, nice kill. Arstees answers back as well. Accuracy with an aid onto a teammate. And again, we're just watching these numbers dwindle. Accuracy finds another kill there. And now it comes down to Formal, trying to peek his way on site. I believe, yep, he's got a snipe. And this is disgusting from Formal. That angle is not one you're going to find very often, but he truly does. Attach has yet to move, still holding that flank. Yeah, they really should be stuck together like glue right now. There's no way Attach should be able to kill both of them at once unless he gets very, very fortunate. Here we go. He's loud. He's proud. He's dead. There we go. A nice round to the Huntsmen. Supreme trades there on point, catching each other's kills, not letting anything get through. A brilliant piece of sniper work there from Formal. And at the end, the numbers certainly had them. Envoy had the luxury of being able to lie prone there and just watch that push from behind while Formal kept an eye over the site. Nice job there from the Huntsmen. The Sharks are swimming, and here we go. 4v4. Mac down, Envoy down. Bomb still staying towards A. We're not letting this one go. I'm going to be soloing this one, as I believe we may have lost Phil, but that's okay, dude. Oh, speaking of solos, Scump charges forward completely alone. Arstee's down low on the site. As the trades come through once again, and it is going to be a 2 versus 3, but Arstee's honestly timing that one. Great job grabbing the M4, MP5 rather. Stays alive from the nade, and God knows what those walls are made of, but he can't get through all of it. He's a lucky man, but he's not that lucky, so he will be taken down. Now it's Formal in a 1 versus 2. That sniper's still on site. I'm not sure if he knows exactly where the bomb went down, but a bit of a belay information from his teammates possibly there. Yeah, the stun telling me that. He probably knows where the bomb is. Now he can get himself a secondary weapon, or a primary weapon rather. Gets himself an MP5, and now he just has to watch for it. But Temp, perfect timing on the pinch, manages to catch Formal in the transition, and another round goes the way of the Subliners.
Yeah, it's going to be 2-1. I think you guys can hear me now. I think will be able to jump back into this next one. But a big win coming in from the Subliners. And again, this is where you start to see in Search and Destroy. You've already seen a hard point. You know, this is doable. This is not kind of a fluke. We're seeing some different playstyles. We're seeing some different routes and aggression coming out from the Subliners, which excites, I'm sure, a lot of people, but worries even more. They're going up against the Huntsman team, the home series, and this is the one where you expect them to come out and as a redemption type of tournament after 2 semi-final losses. We wanted a big statement here. Gunless is going to kick off round number 4 with the first blood.
Yeah, first blood goes the way, but now on board with Mac as he tries to creep forward. I'm not sure if Gunless would have caught full sight of him there as he faded away through the smoke. Zuma just absolutely snaps and whilst he finds himself a second on point, there's Scumper gone as well. Wow. The bravery, the ferocity of New York right now. They're just willing to let anything happen and they're going for it. Formal, I mean, this is such a desperation play. He's going in there on his own, trying to watch the flank. I mean, these shots are good. Dude, honestly, this is far from over. Formal. Take a deep breath, get back into this one. Unfortunate shots from above. He will go down 3-1 now. As the Huntsmen have yet to deliver here on Search and Destroy. Arsky said it himself. Last time we played Petro, Dylan, Envoy bailed us out. That's exactly what they're having to do again right now. They're relying on these big individual plays, and it seems to be Formal trying to make them, but the squad, man, the wagon is off the trail right now.
This is it's interesting to see because Subliners obviously go into this game with so much momentum and they must be going wild right now. They're feeling themselves. They've won 3 rounds. They're kind of getting towards the tail end of this map and another round in the bag and they can really start to secure this one and put the pressure back on the Huntsmen. The pressure which I talked about at the start of the series, that must be building. You know, for these guys, they know how important this series is in every series. As we jump on board with Temp locking down the middle crossover here. The bomb has edged its way towards what we look to see as a B attack, but all gone a little bit stale in the middle. Just waiting, playing a little bit of a slower game. Has found one, but that grenade throw, he's gonna reveal his location. Temp finds one before being traded out. He's done his job, and now with Gunless going up top, that's a big kill as Formal gets sniped by Attach. Roles reversed, it seems, and now we're in a 3v3.
Yeah, tough spot to be in. Zuma once again so aggressive, finding that opening immediately. He hesitated for not a second before charging through to that street, and now he's dipping out straight away. I mean, this is the Zuma of old. This is a man who knows what's going on the map with great awareness, good comms, and oh boy, he managed to make that a real fight for Scump, who had the drop on him. That could have been really dangerous. Scumpy, though, a champion, maintains composure, keeps the kills coming. Now Matt cutting down his teammates in mid. It's a 1 versus 2. With Scumpy now with the bomb in hand and not a chance. I'm not even sure if that was a grenade. I think it was the concussion or the flash that killed him. Phil?
I don't know. That car, I think we're going to see it right here.
It was a flash.
It was a flash grenade from Mac. Bang, bang. The car will go up just like that. I'm not sure whether it was the flash directly, whether the car blew up. We'll get confirmation on that. But the only thing that matters right now is full 1 here to the Subliners. We've seen a strong hard point and so far a dominating Search and Destroy. Admittedly, the first 2 rounds, they could have gone to the Huntsman. Mac on your screen. 3 kills to his name. Nothing special once again, but it's certainly changed the vibe of this team. They are doing fantastic so far, and he's first in that entry player. Trophy systems down. Scump's 1 step ahead, though, and it looks like he's fed a couple of kills in front of him. There's the first. Gunless finds the second.
In and out for Scump. Lovely work. Can't find accuracy as well, though. And you have to give props to the play to start this one off. A nice nade slows down Mac. You keep him in trouble. And Formal is handing out haircuts. Accuracy. Say goodbye to the bun. It is gone. Nice nade as well again from Formal. The throw lands. I had no idea where that was going, but now it falls down to Attach. And that's a big round from Formal. A brilliant snipe there. Not necessarily the most orthodox place to bring a sniper into that close engagement, but now Attach, he's just going to have to tiptoe this one. He's going to have to Pink Panther his way around the back and hope for a kill from behind. But the Huntsmen are living up to the name, and now they are on the hunt. Attach. If they just look left, they may be able to find him, but Attach, he's still going. Look at that.
Oh, and he's been tickled in the back. Hello. The Huntsmen have found him, and now this is where Attach may become the prey. As he backs on down, the bomb is in no man's land. He's got the cross. He can't get across, it seems, without getting tagged up or even seen. Long-range shots coming from the M4. He does expect one player around the side. It's not going to be, though, as he's going to be shot from above as the Huntsmen pick up a huge win. Incredible stuff.
Brilliant stuff. 4-2. So the Huntsmen keep themselves alive in this one. Again, a loss there would have put the Subliners on map point.
And the crazy thing is as well, Miles, coming into this, we've got 5 first bloods to Chicago's 1. Sorry, 5 first bloods for Chicago to the Subliners 1. Yet they've picked up 4 rounds here. So, again, those first bloods not really working out or not capitalized on by the Huntsmen here. 90 seconds on the clock, though. We're going to see another B push. We're going to see them go back to basics and head towards A. Looks like Envoy's getting aggressive through the middle.
See what you can find. He's got to watch out for accuracy. That's a nice spot to be in. Stun comes up. Oh, you have to win those, Envoy. He was stunned. Formal gets there in time, eventually, not to let accuracy get away, but that's been a spot we've seen accuracy in a few times now, and without that kill, you'd have mid-map wide open there. So, Huntsman now, slow this push down. Just edging towards B, but B defense there is pretty solid for the subliners. You've got Temp right on the back line, watching over the left-hand side of the map. That's that Water Street side. Mid-map is covered quite closely there by Zoomus. They've got A covered, but at the same time, they're keeping all their options open. This is a great line for the 4 members of the subliners to work with.
40 seconds, smoke goes down. Big crossover by a couple of players, but an anticipated push. Mac finds the Semtex, will find one. It looks like Zoomer's found one better. That's going to be a double going down. It's all up to Arstes now, and number 5 looks like it's almost in the bag here. Arstes needs to come up clutch with not a 1 versus 2 or 3. This needs to be a big 1v4 here. There's 3 players remaining with 20 seconds left. It ain't going to happen. Subliners found round number 5 here, and again, what are we seeing? We're seeing a struggling Huntsman and a flourishing Subliners right now. It's Mac who finishes off Arstes, but a great team effort there to lock down the A site.
I mean, what a Cinderella story this is for the subliners, man. They had the worst start to the Call of Duty League. It was just the most underwhelming thing imaginable, and now they've turned this one around. Let's see if the slipper fits. Can they push this all the way and take a 2-0 lead in the series? 1 more round's all they need. Here we go. It's an aggressive one in towards A. Only Formal's going to be holding that back line there for the Huntsman. Now he goes straight onto the point. Mac leading that charge. Leading that charge in the Twitter feeds. Now he's leading the charge in game. The hype is certainly real, but Arstes, he will find that first blood. A lovely shot there just to clean up accuracy. Now, let's see how the gunfights go down on site as we've slowed down New York.
60 seconds. A very important 60 seconds, because again, you start to give rounds towards Chicago. You start to give them a taste, and we've seen what they can do. Comebacks are real here. This is not over for the Huntsman. Scum finds one. The dead silence gets popped, but the second is not found here. Max shuts him down there with a quick snapshot with the M4, and now pushing forward. Arstes awaits the push here.
Oh, he didn't see him cross. He's got no idea where Mac is. Max just walked right on through. Max charging forward. The shots are there. Not quite enough to get the kill. Mac, he almost found another one there, but you like to see that. Nice trades coming through. Chicago, they keep this together. They don't let this get out of hand quickly, and now Attach tries to walk up in the end, and in the end, all he's going to find is a hail of gunfire there as a Huntsman. They find another round. They need 3 more for the win. They cannot concede a single round, or it's curtains for them.
And again, you start to look at the bigger picture now as a series. You know, New York close this one out. They go into the domination with absolute wild confidence. But, and a big but, if this does go a little crazy, if we get to see around 11, maybe get this all the way to the point where Huntsmen take it, do we see the Subliners crumble and just think, what the hell happened? We can only sit back, put our feet up, relax, and enjoy the show right now as the Huntsmen, it looks like another slower B push. I'm just going to be waiting, though.
Ooh, he popped that door. Gunners heard it as well. They immediately stopped him in his tracks. And Gunners going to creep around the outside. Creep around the outside and rip Temp right off the door. Lovely shots. That's the first blood. Now he's managed to get over that halfway line mark of this entire map. So now the Huntsmen have charged through. And accuracy just saw the top of Envoy's head. He's and now Zuma's picking up kills. Accuracy may find the player up top, but there's little Scurry and Huntsman have just managed to get in through the bottom of Hazmat, and they've overtaken the backside of the site. What do they do with this space that they've been given? This is prime real estate to be owning right now, and now they're setting up, waiting for the counter-attack from the New York Subliners.
Yeah, they can just pick one off, make it a 4v2, and then they can maybe start to get the bomb down. The problem is you don't want to overextend. Envoy finds that final fourth that we were talking about just there. And Mac trying to just get out of this sticky situation. He's pinned back. He can't get out of it, it seems, but he wiggles away. He's going to find one. Mac not only finds one, but he stays alive. Mac can attach now against 3. Envoy shuts down attach, so it's all up to Mac. Are we starting to see that flank go down? Yes, we are. Mac should fall, as he does have a very struggling gunfight there. Arstes had that power position over by the trees, and it's 5-4. Things are starting to go the way of the Huntsman.
Slow and steady wins the race. That was that felt like a good gulag fight there, you know, those 1v1s from Arstes versus Mac. Like, Arstes, he knew where he was, and he just played it so sensibly. That was great, man. Here we go. Another round. Another round, Phil. Attached with that snipe. Loves a bit of hardcore action. This is a good spot to be in. Get the door zoom out. Oh, so very, very close to maybe more than one there.
That could have been something special. A way to end this map. But as we see Zuma pushing forward with Mac now, it seems like a little page out of the Huntsman book over by B.
Uh-oh. Stun's going to give him up. Datch is going to hold the line by A, and I like that. But the bomb is really moved towards B. The Huntsmen seem to have made the read, but now it comes down to who wins these fights here by Lion. Formal and Envoy. Stuns are out. Utilities have been used. No one's going to be able to find too much. Here comes the push, though. From New York as they try to find something. There's the stun, the charge right into the jaws of Envoy as he finds one and immediately cuts across. Actually, so maybe able to find another. Accuracy's upstairs, and the lone gunman, that is Accuracy, cut down. The assassin, Envoy, is now starting to take heat here in Petrograd.
And his Dead Silence is still available because of that kill as well. And you saw how he found the first, and he just jumped straight in. He expected the trade, it didn't come through, and that's going to be number 3 for the round. It's a 3v2 now. Temp and Attach. Do they close out the game here, or are we going to see a round 11? With 25 seconds left here, the bomb being pushed and pressured towards A. And this is where the Huntsmen surely know. But at this point, do you challenge it? Yes, you do, says Arstes. The bomb does not go down. And Attach shooting that weapon. He's going to give his location up. This bomb is not going to get planted. Envoy ain't going to let that happen. That's going to be number 4 for him for the round. And ladies and gentlemen, we've got a round 11. A comeback on the cards for Chicago Huntsmen. And the theoretical that I was talking about before has come to reality. I'm excited for round 11, Miles. I don't know about you.
Dude, I'm on the edge of my seat. I truly am. Envoy, the assassin, has come to life. That's the player we know and love on this map. That's what we expect to see early on. That's what we saw him do against Paris. Keep the pressure up. Those clinical plays. He's so cerebral in his attack. And now, a round 11. You don't throw this away if you're the Huntsman. For the New York Subliners, this is uncharted terrain. How's Mac going to hold up in this round 11 high-stakes environment when they had all the advantages in the world? It's starting to dwindle. Over towards A we go with the bomb, but look at the Huntsmen on the hunt as they move towards the top side of the map. They're going to go for the full wrap. If they can catch number 6, that's Attach, off guard. The 2 members of the Huntsmen, they're on point, may be able to get something to go. And here we go.
You don't want to get blooded. 12 kills for Envoy. We talked about it at the start. After a poor map 1, he wanted to turn this around. And same Petro S&D, he seems to be the player to do so. Now, looking at the minimap, we're trying to find one player. And Attach is just down low. Sneaky Attach finds the first. That's going to be Formal, who drops, shuts the door. No one's welcome in Attach's store right now as he goes up top. Accuracy off screen will go down. And now 4v4 Miles. The pressure starting to build as Zuma finds one. Temp finds another. It's all up to Scum. Scum finds just the first, but there's 3 more to find now.
Scum with Dead Silence. Tagged up through middle. Now his position's been given away. Activates Dead Silence, and he just charges right into the heat of the battle, and that's going to be it. Temp riddles him with gunfire from their N4, and that is an unprecedented search and destroy victory over the Chicago Huntsmen. Yes, they brought it back. Yes, they gave it their all, but New York, baby, so nice. They won twice, 2 maps in a row, as we now roll into a domination. A 3-0 victory over Chicago. Not only the home series hosts, but also a team of this caliber. That is a transformation for New York. A true transformation, Phil. What a series.
What a series we have. We see the First Bloods go into Chicago. We start to see them really claw their way back into it. It feels like they're finding their feet. And then out of nowhere, they're Attach. Lovely positioning down low. Not only finds that first, gets that First Blood, but he really initiates that kind of snowball effect for the subline as well. Zuma winning a big one on the stairs. He finds his 12th kill in round number 11. A superstar performance for him. But all in all, the Subliners are now 2-0 in the lead here against the Huntsmen at their own home series.
I truly am surprised. This Game Fuel Marquee match has not disappointed. We came into this with a lot of expectations, dude. We really did. This was going to be a big one for Chicago. They had to absolutely win. Quick look at those stats again. An Envoy popping off for the Huntsmen. But at the end of the day, Zuma, we saw him hitting those crazy flanks once again, man. Zuma flank, Zuma flank, Zuma flank. The Italian stallion doing exactly what he does best. Truly great performances there. And Accuracy, again, playing that slow roll up top. But again, admirably doing that. Slow and steady won that race very much at times for the New York Subliners. But we're seeing now a transformed squad. We're seeing a team that have gone from absolute rags to riches. What a transformation this one is. And hey, after the break, when we come back, we've got a domination game. Is this going to be a 3-0 for the New York Subliners, or will Chicago have what it takes to bounce back? We'll find out after this break.
The US Army. What's your warrior? Tournament audio and team chat listen-ins are brought to you by Astro Gaming, the official headset and mix-amp of the Call of Duty League. Join the Astro family and pre-order the CDL A40TR headset and Pro Team speaker tags today at astrogaming.com. Call of Duty League is brought to you by Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel, the official energy drink of the Call of Duty League.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the Call of Duty League. Well, during the break, we had a quick swig of some game fuel. We powdered our noses, quite literally. It's the makeup you can see. Ta-ching! But we're now ready to roll into our US Army tactical play. And of course, it was going to come from that last one. It was a 1v1. Attach going up against Gunless. And again, look at that positioning from Attach. Great job. Does what he can to make sure he retains control of the bomb site. He's got plenty of time now to get the kill and get the defuse afterwards. And he wins the 1v1 and goes for that clean defuse. Phil, what else you got, brother? Yeah, absolutely. have no idea, dude. But at the same time, at the end of the day, you know, our game fuel marquee player, Arcetes, is still putting up good numbers for his squad, still doing what he can. But there we go. Over towards the domination, we slowly but surely go. And Scump, Gunless, Envoy, Arcetes, and Fool, they now know for sure that the not necessarily tournament life's in their hands, but I think I might have lost Phil, so it's just back to me, friends. We're here again. I don't know what's going on with Phil. He may have lost his internet once more, but we'll find out. Is he talking? We'll work that one out. We don't need Phil. We're doing just fine. Me and my 4 cans of game fuel. Arcetes is a 1.9 overall so far, friends. If you were wondering, in the KD, he's leading the Huntsmen in that department. And it's not a huge number to work with, let's be real. So when you think of the caliber of player on his team, really got to get those numbers up, boys. Those are rookie numbers. Pump those numbers up. So, as we roll into the game, we've got the domination coming up now. And again, this is the last chance the Huntsmen have got in this series to pull this one back against the Subliners. For our Game Fuel marquee match, friends, this is really where the going gets tough. Do the Subliners have what it takes to actually close this series out? What a phenomenal way to bounce back into the league with a 3-0 over Chicago for our Game Fuel marquee match. Certainly a drama-laden one, but hey, mate, we'll get to that when we do. Here we go. Phil? Am I doing this with you, brother, or am I flying solo? It'd be my pleasure. Well, these things happen, dude. These things really do happen. But either way, we're ready to roll into this match now. And as long as Phil's coming through loud and clear, I won't solo cast this domination because it's not as fun as it sounds, friends. Let's be honest. Here we go, Phil. Do or die now for the Chicago Huntsmen. For the New York Subliners, though, quite the transformation. And speaking of transformations, Mac's back, baby. There he is. Look. Control, which I admit is now being felt. Angeles tries to retake positions here. Good shots on a Mac there. Position of green is a little fortress. Gives you a lot of maneuverability around that center of the map, and we've still got those shots coming through for him. Zoom in now and touch on your screen. Trying to continue the pace they set in that search and destroy. As the New York Subliners maintain a slight early lead here now, Phil, but we'll talk about how hard it is to keep Gunrunner, or even domination. Keep those score lines high, keep them far apart from your opponents. They're doing what they can.
Back on that. And a challenge from Zuma, though. 4-1. A great start for Zuma here as he is that pesky little kid in the side of the Huntsman and a nice little lead. And we talk about these numbers so often, Miles. We started at the CDL with a 6-minute half. We then reduced that to 5 minutes. It just means that every kill that you make is even more important. Every flag that you capture is just more important. We see Formal now trying to move forward. It looks like the Huntsmen are pushing both C and B here and maybe going for some domination, some trip cap action, or a couple neutralizes. We'll have to wait and see, but they're down by 13.
Yeah, some actual domination, as we put it. On your screen there, now trying to make control of B look a little easier. He smokes up, but sadly attached gets the better of him. Just catches that angle. Unfortunately, not able to turn around in time, but hey, these things happen. Arcetes now trying to pick up the pieces straight on through, catches accuracy before getting the trophy down, so clear skies for the time being now as the Huntsmen try to make that push in towards B. No reinforcements for the time being as Arcetes just tries to be annoying, and annoying he is as he keeps that pressure now laid down. Nice bit of work, allowing the reinforcements to come through, go for the full capture while he extends forward and applies pressure on the C.
Now, B has been neutralized. Good work by the Huntsman here, and it's actually been capped as well. So the deficit that they are currently in, roughly around 20 points here, will start to dwindle. There is 2.5 minutes of the clock still left in this half, so plenty of time to come back into this. But again, when you're a New York Subliner player at this point, you can kind of take a deep breath. You've got a little bit of a cushion, and that's what Accuracy's doing right now. He sees his teammates go down. He's trying to just pin them back here in the warehouse. Going forward, though, we are going to see Attach now trying to take control of the middle. See some strong stuff out of him on both map 1 and 2, and he deals with Scump so handedly there, and he's going to have to find himself an Arcetes who's on a current 5 spree.
Yeah, 5 spree indeed. Now, with this pressure mounting, let's have a very quick Astro Gaming listen in. Chicago Huntsmen.
One deep red C.
And you?
I spawned A.
You
guys,
guys,
I'm trying to pick up
Go
force.
spawn
Go
deep red C,
force
guys.
out.
On A.
Force.
3 dead. What's your short?
Give up 5. You ran back to you.
He got me. Lamar got me back force.
Betrayed.
Mars D4.
Lamar's on the rock.
We're going, Miles.
I spawned A.
Yeah,
Flood B.
With a minute and a half to
Apple?
go.
Yo, punch.
Red green.
P3 right now. P3 attack. Absolute. 1 bullet. On the heady.
We're going into a bit of a nail biter, Miles.
Biting nails indeed. I mean, it's not a great habit, especially now with COVID times. You don't be
Right.
putting those bad ones in your mouth.
Force in middle.
There's one short B.
Don't worry about. There's just 20 B. One middle right now. Nothing middle.
Zoom in accuracy. Help him B, guys.
Yeah, I'm
Lockers on B. Zuma.
I'm gonna help B right now.
You mid tracks right now.
Lockers, Zuma.
Lockers
trying to
one
hold
shot.
middle.
Lockers hurt. Jump. Just stay alive.
Controlling middle right now.
Yeah, lockers.
Holding middle. Nothing middle.
I'm helping the B.
Short, dead.
Nice. Good
One
job.
mid track.
Help
One
mid.
tracks.
Cap it, guys.
I'm going for it. Back. You is open. Guys, need one water.
I have
Still
you.
have your lockers.
Very competitive half.
It certainly has. We were 3 minutes in, and I was thinking, Subliners, they're closing out the series. They're doing it in domination, but the Huntsmen, they're relentless. They don't give up. We see Formal and RCs both at 11 and 5, really turning this game around. We are going to see pretty much a level playing field going into the second side at 71 to 71. Both A is changing hands. B was under pressure. A neutralization does come through. B is not going to find the same change, though, and it's the final second tick away. Miles, are we drawing? I don't know. We'll wait. We'll see. Yes, we are.
Round draw at the time limit, 74 to 74. Could not be more close if you, I mean, literally could not be any closer if you tried. Woo! A lovely first half. A really, really lovely first half from both teams. Good work from the Huntsmen to pull that one back, and again, from New York, not to let that get away from them. They really kept a hold of the reins there as the Huntsmen started to whip them as though their masters' whips were at their backs. And here we go, mate. What are you talking about? You're making it kinky? It's not kinky.
What am I talking about?
Horses. We're talking about war horses and
Don't know what you...
fulfill. We're talking about the charge of the Light Brigade, mate, because this is it. It's do or die now for the Huntsmen, dude. This is it. Let's go big or go home.
I let
Stay
a little
home,
chuckle,
COVID-19.
but I think you know, we'll leave that as that. A big push onto B from the Huntsmen, but they're not actually going to jump on the flag off the get-go. We're going to see the Subliners take control of the forest. And Miles, when we think about this, we're 5 minutes away from seeing Subliners beat the Huntsmen. You know, this is potential right here. They do need to kind of go crazy. They need to start as they did in the previous round, but... You know, did you see this at all? We saw, you know, memes online as the Dubliners. You know, these guys with a new roster, a new player. Is this possible? They've got C. They're trying to control B.
Uh-oh. Well, look, they've got B. Scumpy shows up, though, a little bit late to the party, but he brought his own drink, so he's still good to go. Here we go. Still keeping the play alive. Now, sadly, a little bit too ahead of himself as Mac manages to cut him down. Now, Temp now forcing his way forward there. Formal, nice bit of gunfire there, but he can't quite take on 2 players at once. He does not have 2 heads. The man may be talented, but he ain't that crazy. Now we see the push towards C. Envoy makes it there on point, finds a quick kill into accuracy. Zuma, though, just below him. He's got a little bit of time before he can get involved in the fight. And there we go, Envoy, great read. Keeps that pressure on C. Now we're seeing a 2-flag advantage going the way of the Huntsmen for now.
Yeah, beautiful play from Envoy there. Finds the first, predicts the second. Prediction. He's 1 step ahead at A, and a snapshot there. Headshot onto Mac. Beautiful stuff as Formal finds another. And this is where we might see the tables turn a little bit. It looks like Formal trying to regain control of this back warehouse. A might be under pressure shortly, but Formal snuck away. He's going to try and find one. Will do on the kill feed there. Gunless now going over towards the forest, but A changing hands once more. And while this is all going on, B is still in the hands of the Subliners. A very close game, and this is when you love domination. This is when you absolutely love domination, is when it's this close.
Close indeed, man. It's a lot of fun, and it is still close indeed. RCT's trying to hold that line towards C. Big pressure now as the Subliners charge forward. It's attached, basically doing it on his own. What he's also doing is he's holding up the push there from the Huntsmen. They're not able to really get out and get involved in the rest of the fights and get towards B because they're being held back in their base so well. That home flag is not necessarily a homey place where they really want to be right now. And Zuma as well, he's doing the same thing. He's just cutting the legs out from these pushes the Huntsmen are trying to make. Over towards B, though, so he can get the reinforcement there in time. Now, Huntsmen, they managed to break out at home, they break curfew, and now they're having a big old night in the town. B is about to go their way. C, B in control for the Huntsmen. All they have to do now is push the remaining members of the New York Subliners back and keep them in towards that forest side at A.
8 points in the lead, make it 7 as it starts to dwindle. We are going to see here the Huntsmen have control of both B and C. Look at that mini-map. The pressure is being put on by Subliners over towards C, but we are going to see those players set up once more. 3 kills coming in from the Subliners. The secure point is going to go a little bit too close for comfort, though. But as the kills do come in, the spawns will flip. A changes hands. C looks like it's changing hands. And with only 2 minutes left on the clock, it's do or die for the Huntsmen.
Here we go. Still close though, Phil. 2 minutes remaining. Oh dear, but that neutralization of B, that's going to slow things down. Formal to the rescue. Big shots there. Trying to slow this down. Here come the teammates on the defense now, trying to keep B in the hands of the Huntsmen. Big shots once again as Formal keeps this going. 18 and 12. Gunless trying to push the front line out. Big shot. Zuma cuts him down now as well. Can they maintain B? This is looking good. We have a lead now for the Huntsmen, trying to force that game 4.
Finally happening. This is it. Do or die. And as the time ticks away, 90 seconds is not a lot of time in domination. You start to see the line, the map cut in half here. Controlling the boiler room. RC's over by Cold is Gunless. But it's the flourish, the push from Subliners. They're going for C. Not 1, not 2. Pushing through water now. The smoke goes down. The tactics are there. 2 players killed, and that's going to be RC's and Envoy. Attack is going to neutralize it. 140 to 134. Is the cap going to come in? Scum doesn't know where to jump on, jump off. Who knows? But C does change hands. The kills come through, and now cash your eyes to B. The B flag should change hands.
It should change hands. Here we go. Over we go, straight into the hands of New York. 143 to 139 and climbing. This is coming down to the absolute wire. Keep those kills coming. Scumpy, he gets shut down at B as well. Now Formal, once again, the breaker of B. As he charges in, back timing as Mac cuts him down from behind. Phil, we're about to see A flip hands over to the Huntsman now, unless it looks like accuracy can get there in time. But Envoy, he's playing this real slow and safe. C's all good now thanks to Scumpy. But this could come down to the absolute wire.
This has been the best. Best push was Envoy. He went and captured A on his own, but 3 players have committed towards C. C going to neutralize, and we're going to see A change hands. The kills go in favor of the Huntsman, and so will the flags as well. 150 to 147. The Huntsman, with 10 seconds left, they secure C, and they secure the victory with that flag and that flag alone. They clutch up when it matters. I don't know how, I don't know where, but for me it was Envoy over by the A flag. He pushed it on his own, he smoked it, he neutralized it, got off of that flag, and there was no one from the Subliners holding that line. They tried to overextend towards C. Credit to Envoy, whether you watch that back on YouTube or wherever it is, Envoy through the forest, he just went full metal. He just went all out for that flag. Didn't hesitate, which was the real winner.
Oh man, that was a fantastic game of Dom. We're seeing closer and closer matches of domination. A 6-point difference, but honestly, that map was over. It was won with like 15, maybe 20 seconds to spare. Brilliant stuff from both teams. I mean, that was a staggering comeback at times there. I honestly, my heart was in my mouth a few times where I thought, oh my god, New York are about to 3-0 Chicago. What a series this is going to be shaping up to be, friends. We are far from over. Now we roll into another one, another hard point. This Game Fuel Marquee match has not disappointed. Oops, I banged my camera. That could mean anything right now. Oh, dude, here we go. Let's get into the next map. Let's just roll it. Let's just go. Look at the stats if you want, but let's just roll it.
I mean, talking of stats, we saw Attach drop 24. Again, that's 3 maps back to back to back. He's just played incredible at. So far, so good, but I start to think now, what have they just given to the Huntsmen? They've given a taste of success. They've given an inch. They will take a mile. Subliners now have to go maybe win a hardpoint, win another search and destroy. They can do this. They are capable. I'm starting to really think about the Subliners as a team now. You know, this is exciting, Miles.
It is exciting, but can the
Subliners
Subliners...
your camera?
I know, I didn't mean to do that. It's my knee next to this table leg here. My bad. I'm just thinking, though, now, is it even possible for New York to...
Yes.
We've seen... Okay, all right. Well, let me finish. Let me...
I'm on the Attach train. I'm off the Mac train, and I'm on the Attach train.
You can't be disappointed, dude. But here's the question I've got right now. New York, newfound success is all good. What happens when this team get pushed now? Because that was as close as they can come. Huntsmen, we know what they're capable of, man. We know they can make these incredible comebacks.
Right.
What have New York got? Now that they've been pushed again, now that they've just been reminded that you're not as great as you thought you were, guys. You know, they're the school bully right now. They're just giving them that push against the locker. You know, and there's like denim and like high tops flying all everywhere. This is a big question for me now, Phil. Is it possible that New York fall over? Is it possible that Huntsmen now can just walk all over them? What's going on?
Well, I think it certainly is possible, and as we kind of tone down the hype a little bit and talk about the stats, the numbers, and what really should happen about it, I'm very excited. It's a great game for sure. I want to go back to the very start of the series. Hardpoint Gunrunner for Chicago, it was one of their most played maps. 8 times they'd won it 5. For New York, they'd played it only twice. They'd split that. The Gunrunner Dom was a very poor one for New York. Played it twice, lost it twice, and the fact that they kept that so competitive means to me that they've made huge improvements on their playstyle, their roster, whatever you want to call it. Something has changed for the better. Now we go to Hardpoint Hackney Yard. This is not a great map for either of them. 1 and 3 for New York, 1 and 2 for Chicago. But either way, I think we go into a Hardpoint, which is a mode which the likes of Scump loves. We've seen him drop records, which now have been broken. 45 kills, I believe, at points. Hackney Yard, though, we're gonna see the aggression. I want to see Envoy. I want to see Attach. And that's about it, Miles.
Okay, that's fine, Phil. If that's all you want to see, we can give you that. Not a problem, brother. Envoy, Attach. We can watch those boys go at it toe-to-toe. Put them in the gulag, baby. I think, Phil, this is going to be a big one, man. I mean, not only is this the do or die for Huntsmen still, but if they can force that round, if they can force that search and destroy, that's where we get to those exciting moments, you know, because this is a good series, man. But we get to that search and destroy, that's where the championship mentality comes out. And the most exciting thing for me is both teams, absolute champions in their own right on both sides of the board there. Which team have the mettle, have the resolve right now in the current state of Modern Warfare, in the current state of the Call of Duty League? There comes the next question. We're rolling into the next game very quickly. It's going to be a Hackney Yard, and it's going to be one to remember. This game for your marquee match, friends, I said it about 19 times now. It is not one that has disappointed so far. The New York Subliners looking to upset the Chicago Huntsmen here at the Chicago home series. Let's get into the hard point.
Deep breaths all round. Here we go. 5 minutes on the clock. It doesn't usually come down to it. We saw it nearly come down to that with FaZe at the start of the day, but we jump on board with Scump. He pushes through the middle with Brother in arms. It's Envoy. They don't care about the hard point. It is all about the spawns, and they are trying to flip it straight away. Scump finds one, finds the second as well, but can't take him down.
Can't take him down. Gunless, though, right off the rip, man. If he's going straight for spawns for next, he's like, I've got this, boys. Hold the beer. All my game fuel as he charges forward. Mac with a knife, slashing away at Scump. Oh, boy, he finds a second. I may or may not be a little excited early on in this one, but I think rightfully so, as New York just fight their way tooth and nail through into that hard point. But once again, Formal, and I will say OpTic now, trying to surge their way in through the back. Scump's going to follow up. Nice kill there on the map as they keep the push going, keep the shots in there, and as Attach finds an early grave. Zuma now cleans out the back, that left-hand side, or lower right-hand side, I should say, of that mini-map. Now made safe as the New York Subliners lay stake their claim to that second hard point, and now try to drive that front line backwards, keep the Chicago Huntsmen away.
Okay, well, Chicago, they maybe started on the weaker side, if you like here. They've made a very good job of taking the point. Now look at number 8 coming in from the back. Scump is going to fall. Number 8 falls as well. Gunless drops as well. Yeah, dropping like flies. You hate to see that, but it looks like here, as one of the hardest hard points to break by the tire shop, it's just RT that remains. He's always just waiting here, and I like the patience. Sometimes the trigger discipline is there, but also just the movement discipline. I love this from RT. Finally gets taken out by none other than Mac, and yeah, just like that, no break for the Huntsman.
It was a decent attempt, man. It really was. Scump, though, speaking of decent attempts, 30 seconds left. He could honestly make this play forward. He finds himself 2. There's still a couple more players spawning around him, and that's the problem. That was his 3rd now in a row. Attach lined up behind him, trying to clean that player out the back. It's going to be Envoy, but they do manage to get Attach to the outside right there. Oh my god, that gave me a jump, like a legit jump. I didn't even look at the X-ray. Must have given Scump a jump too, as he does go down, but still, the hard point now finally comes over to the hands for the Huntsman, if not for a brief second, before Gunless comes flying through them window, snatching them peoples up, hide your kids, hide your wife, etc., etc. Next hard point, here we go, Phil. Let's get it. This has been a close one so far. Already, New York in the driver's seat.
So far, so good, and again, keeping this lead competitive. When they hold the line there, they didn't kind of worry that they were 30 points down. They did a very good job of doing so. This is a strong setup as well. 3 players pushing around the warehouse. You've got Mac, you've got Temp. The dead silence is available. Zuma off on his own. Not for the first time, I'm sure. Quick check on the stats. Zuma 11 and 10. 21 interactions so far already. It's just an incredible and outstanding amount of just numbers that's going down, and clearly helping out the Subliners here. It looks like he has certainly found his footing with this new roster, but Scump finding his feet in the hard point, soaking up that time with 20 seconds left. He's going to be pressured from the back, and up top as well. It looks like accuracy might be dropping down here.
Yeah, the Subliners have got a nice looking skyline. A nice looking skyline over there, but for a moment, Envoy, he shoots down both of those players from above. Mac with a lovely 2 there on the nades, and again a green kill feed goes the way of the Subliners. 5 in a row there for Formal as we try to push now over towards that office building. It's green, and now it's going to be in the hands of the Huntsman. Mac, though, on a quick infiltration, he manages to catch out Arsty's, the only guard in there, now caught sleeping. As we do what we can to break this hard point. Mac, still that lone player on his own. In he goes. Lovely cover fire from Temp. The Angel on his shoulders. He just managed to get that done without any damage to Mac. And once again, Temp, he is not even the focal player here. He's the distraction. We have a clean break from New York.
82 to 80 here, and a nice break. Will find themselves a couple of points, and the dust settles for a second here. Temp's going to be the one in the action. Temp is a name I've not really talked about through the whole series, but starting to heat up here. 3 kills in a row, just taking control over by Green. Maybe looking for that rotation, but he's going to look for a Scump. Oh my goodness, Scump just destroyed him there. Shot up above, he had the height working against him, but it doesn't matter. I don't think it's going to make any difference in the point department, but Scump clearly has his shot at A1 right now. 16 and 10, he's doing great so far. Formal also putting up big numbers with the 2.0 here. But the numbers are great, the points are what matter, and even though they're being outslayed in pretty much every single part here, Subliners, they've still got the lead.
It's not too dissimilar to what we saw between, you know, London and Atlanta earlier on in the day, where these teams who are necessarily finding the great kills aren't holding these great leads. Still, the Huntsman far from out of this yet. Accuracy holding down that side lane, making sure no one comes in through yellow. More than a Coldplay song, power position on this map. Accuracy's going to keep that position while Temp continues to roam around the map and find these kills. Mac caught out in the middle of nowhere as Accuracy once again goes 12 and 12, finds himself another one. Slow and steady, certainly going to keep Accuracy alive. Now Envoy trying to break Hardpoint, down low, can't quite get it done. Zuma baits him out perfectly, finds a second there on the Envoy and Scump. Lovely work, keeps the Hardpoint ticking their way. Now, with 16 seconds left, Phil, this is a nice bit of scrap time. But what are we looking for here? What do we need to see the big change for the Huntsman?
Well, I mean, straight away, the Huntsman, as we start to see this kind of go back to the original part here, is it's great getting this time, but for me, where they lost the majority of that point was P2, over by the tyre shop, should I say. They're in the warehouse. First things first, you know, if you can get a full 60 here, fantastic. If you can start to push out these spawns, even better. I'm starting to look at that minimap straight away. The New York Subliner players will not let this go easily. The points are going in favor of Huntsman. That's what they've got to focus on first and foremost. And they're soaking it up right now. So far, so good. Here comes the push, Miles. No one on the point. They're focusing on the spawns, and this is what they need. Dead silence. Pop for Scump, but he's going to get shut down.
Such unfortunate timing for Scump. Their attach allows them to get 3 kills. Gunless, though, trying to bounce back, finds 2. Keeps those players up and about. 26 seconds now left on this hard point. Not able to make the break on towards second, but this is great stuff. Accuracy from up high. Nice shots. He'll be able to find one. Keeps this push going. Trying to stop the Huntsman. Claiming the final moments as now his teammates have got on point. Great overwatch there as he plays from up high. Now the players now going to keep themselves out the hard point. Keep them with the rotation to next. This has been a solid play off the back of Accuracy's kills there.
34, 148 here. Subliner still in the lead, but it's starting to almost drip away. See, 60 seconds now available for the taking of the tyre shop. We see these box scores, and we've seen them for years now, and I feel like this could be the real downfall of the Huntsman. Knives are out. Dylan Price, what are you doing to him? He's had a stellar series so far, and he might get taken out there, but not without taking someone with him, and it was Formal that time. He's going to respawn with his team. He's got Mac up top, raining down fire. Gunless is going to be the next victim. Spoke too soon. Find the kill.
That was an interesting one. Here comes the break, though, from the Huntsman. And I say break, it was nothing. It was a break of the spirit right now. There's no break. There is only the New York Subliners tyre shop. They have continued to hold it here, and this is going to be a solid hold. It's going to get them over the 200-point mark. A solid 15 seconds to garner here. They don't have rotation for next, unless Zuma can punch a hole right through the middle of the map. Let that smoke lead the charge, as the Huntsmen now gear up for that smokestack.
I mean, a total of 120 points has been potentially taken here on that tyre shop. I know the first one was a bit more challenged, but that second one was a full 55, 60 points for the Subliners here. Now, over by the smokestack, like you said, this is where you want to see them get control, not only of the hard point, but Green as well. Gunless is trying to do so. Formal locking down the warehouse. They can hold the Subliners back, but the problem is it's a little easier to sneak through here, and that's what Temp's trying to do, is he just find Formal. Slouching, crouching, maybe going even prone on the floor here. Gunless still with that dead silence, but down by 50 points here. It almost feels very domination, like very search and destroy, like where another comeback is needed for the Huntsman.
It is needed, Phil. I'm not sure if we're going to be seeing it on this hard point. This is a good-looking 20 seconds to be worked with now as they battle for next. The Huntsmen have got their eyes on the prize. They're going towards that horizon, not necessarily what's right in front of them. Those final few seconds going the way of Matt. Gunless is going in. Formal trying to back him up over the top, but the timing is off. And that's going to be 222 and climbing right now. The New York Subliners, this could be it. The writing is on the wall almost, as you can see it. Go to that next hardpoint straight away. Both teams are about to butt heads as the onslaught begins. Temp leads the charge. He finds that first and he's looking for more, but here comes the play. The Huntsmen are on point, but Temp, the gun skill is just so strong, so great as he keeps it going. Gunner's finally answering back. Attached from up high, in from behind, and just like that, we are seeing the hardpoint stay in the hands of the Huntsmen.
It'll be 40 seconds though, Miles. A lot of time. This is getting a little bit too exciting. A bit on edge if you like. Well, 25 and 21. We're seeing big numbers from the Huntsmen. A positive KD all round if you want to talk slaying. But the Subliners, they've held that tire shot so well. They've put the pressure on and pushed them back. But there ain't no tire shot where we're seeing anymore. It is all out and about here. 187 and climbing for the Huntsmen. The kills are going down. Rotation is what we heard the coach talking about. And we are going to have to see them break rotation here as the Subliners are already set up on this back brick house. 12 seconds left. Scub has found one. 30th kill on the board as he sneaks on in. RST's already up top. The Subliners are spawning right by them. These next couple of kills are crucial.
Yeah, crucial indeed. RST's from up high. That ivory tower he has, he can rain down upon them. Mac now come back and off spawn. Temp, he's about to get cut down as well. And RST's, he jumps, he finds one with a hip fire, and that's going to be a great set of kills. This is unbelievable shots from RST's. That's your marquee player right there. He's going to lock down the hard point with his 8th kill in a row. And now the Huntsmen are still rocking and rolling on point. Better make it 9. There's a 10th around the corner if Mac feels brave enough, and he does feel brave, and it was wrongly so. 10 kills now for RST's. Keep this going. Scump and the boys of the Huntsmen looking to push this game 5. They may just be able to close this one out here, but they have to make this perfect.
It was a comeback in the S&D, but it wasn't enough. It was a comeback in the domination and a nail-biter to keep them in the game. The hard point, it's been nothing short of a crazy, crazy comeback, and now just 10 points away. There's 15 seconds left on this. Zuma needs to go big and break it. He's not going to go down and find that success. Gunless tears him apart, rips him in half here as Scum torn off that power position. RT finds one. The base, the switches all go down, and the Huntsmen push this to a game 5 whilst going down 50, 60, 70 points it seems, losing every single second on the tire shot. How that just went like that, I don't know.
RST's, he just said absolutely. He said no way, and he just stamped his feet up of top Doc's building there and slayed his heart out. 31 and 20 for the finish. That is disgusting.
Round of applause. Round of applause for that comeback. I've not seen a team lose one hard point twice in a row so convincingly with such almost failure at breaking.
Oh man, I've got a tweet. We've got a tweet. Game 5 alert. Game 5 alert. We're gonna go game 5. It's our marquee match. It's game 5, baby. Game fuel marquee match. The Subliners going up against the Huntsmen. Game 5, dude. I'm jacked up. Let's go. Where's my game fuel?
Got it right here, Miles. We're rocking with a watermelon shock right now. Am I shocked? Absolutely. Am I a watermelon?
I finished my shock already.
Absolutely.
I finished my watermelon shock, and I finished my berry blast early today, and I'm seeing sound. Let's get into this one. I'm sure we're going to be looking at some stats. Ah, there you go. It's on the screen in a moment. But oh, come on, what a series this is. This is what the Chicago home series is all about. Close games, exciting ones. And to say they were a tiny bit biased because the home team series is making a powerful comeback against a squad that we thought may or may not be the underdog here in the tournament. You were excited.
I've just realized I muted myself by accident there. Apologies. You probably saw me, lip reading, whatever you want to call it. I need to know how close this game has been. We go back to the hard point. What are we talking? 12, 15 points? I can't even remember at this point. Search and destroy. Round 11. Then we go to the domination. It was back and forth to what? I believe 2, 3 points. We saw a draw at the halftime. Then that hard point. This has got to be one of the most intense back and forth series that we've seen in such a long time. And this could be kind of everything that the Huntsmen needed going into their home series. However, it could all fall apart in game 5. Search and destroy is what's going to separate these teams from a win and a semi-final to a loss and a loser bracket run.
It's gonna make or break someone, Phil, but we'll have to find out who it makes or breaks after this quick commercial break, friends. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Call of Duty League is brought to you by Metro by T-Mobile. Stay connected to what matters most with the best value in wireless. PS4, the official platform partner of Call of Duty Challenges.
And now it is time, friends, for that Game 5. The Chicago Huntsmen going up against the New York Subliners. We have certainly been pushed ourselves all the way here, brother. Arcity's our featured player, our marquee highlight for the Game Fuel series here. This has been staggering from him. 12 kills in a matter of like 20, maybe 30 seconds to break P5, to break the docks building on Hackney Yard is no small feat, and that man deserves a standing ovation from all of y'all on the internet. Brilliant work from him. But now we're going to a search and destroy, Phil. What's going to happen?
I don't know. I'd stand up, but I'm wearing shorts. Honestly, casting from home is great. Going to the search and destroy, what's going to happen? No idea, Miles. However, let's recap what we have seen. Hardpoint, 250 to 135. It was the craziest thing out of New York that I've seen in months. Search and destroy, we see a dominating start from New York. Chicago bring it all the way back to around 11. New York clutch up round 11. Then the start of that domination, Miles, I was like, New York are 3-0 in Chicago Huntsmen. But it goes all the way to a 6-point dom and a 250 to 228 hard point. It's wild to see what we've seen so far in this series. You can see the players getting ready, getting amped up, getting game fuel amped up. See what I did there? Incredible stuff.
I did.
As we get into Ramaza, search and destroy, Miles, we both picked players going into this. I think you had Formal. I had Zuma.
Yep.
I think
May the better man win.
Played their part so far. so far. May the better man win. I'm absolutely with it. But what are you feeling? What are you edging towards? Are you feeling a bit of Chicago? Are you feeling a New York upset?
I am honestly feeling a full-blown Chicago victory here, man. I think destiny is now in the stars for them, and there's just no chance you can stop them here at this point. I think New York will have their time in the sun, but it is not this series, my friend. It is not today. But hey, let's let the hype subside for a moment as we get into what could be an extremely intense search and destroy here. Oh boy, it looks like a kill. Nice shots from Scump, nice nade, and Zuma just counts his lucky stars as he gets absolutely ripped off the face of the planet there. What a kill there from Scumpy. That makes it 2 back-to-back. Arsty's unfortunately will be taking an early nap there. We sung his praise quite aggressively in that previous map, but here he finds himself in a spot of trouble. Still 3 versus 2. Bomb making its way in towards B.
Yeah, Accuracy and Temp have found one apiece here, and it is potential. For sure, we saw Temp actually go huge on this map and mode combination previously. He clearly feels himself as he gets the bomb down. Envoy does not get that planter. And now he's questioning whether to push because both players coming from the outside, but one player is on a little bit of a point of his own there. Dead silence has been popped. 30 seconds left on the clock. He almost waited for Formal, but he might have waited just a little too less. He has. Formal takes him out, and just like that, it's all up to Temp. Takes down one. 20 seconds on the clock. He's got a taste. As Gunless is now defusing.
Wait. Formal pushes his way forward. The timing! Oh my word, the timing! 10 seconds, 10 seconds, Formal! Last player left alive. Temp! The timing could not have been better!
Yo, what was that? That defuse was like 1 second away. We went back to Temp's POV and it was like 0.99 of a second.
The marksman, dude.
Been so close.
The marksman. Gunless is like, I've got this. And I love the timing as well. Like, Formal sees how far the diffuse is and he moves out. He tries to position himself where he thinks that Temp's going to be coming from. He gets so unlucky. He tries to body block something. Oh, the marksman strikes 3 kills in a round and an incredibly decisive one there on a Gunless.
A technical 1v3 for Gunless. Sorry, for Temp. Gunless was a victim of said 1v3 and I can't believe it. We might only be in round 1.
I'm going to say it out loud.
Madness.
Phil, that's your army tactical play right there. that's definitely it. There's no way, dude. That was unbelievable. Okay, deep breath. 1 minute on the clock. As much fun as we're having in this crazy search, we've still got to call the action, brother. Envoy, smoke, Temp's going in for the kill. Love it. Even with the dead silence play there from Envoy, Temp makes the perfect read. Gunless to the first blood. Oh, wow. Unlucky not to get those kills. And Mac, though, answers up top. He finds something, and there's dead silence all across the board for the likes of New York here. Mac, once again, finding another kill. Decisive, to say the least. Now 3v2.
And again, it's kind of crazy to start such a search and destroy with such hype, because then you realize, hang on a second, we're only 1 round in, and you've got to really tone it down. You've got to really just take a deep breath, and that's not just us, it's the players as well. It sucks to lose a round like this, but as Scump gets finalized up top, we do see the second round go to the Subliners as well. Nice little position here coming in from Attach. So Mac pick up a huge 2-piece there in a pretty much the same position as the top carpets there here towards that catwalk as we switch on sides.
You know what,
a bit of a repeat of map number 2.
Yeah, in a way, but they're slow starters, the Huntsmen, when it comes to the search and destroy. But let's hope. Let's
Seems
bet
that
that
way today, anyway.
Yeah, we're gonna bet that bottom dollar that they spent a lot of time in the lab going over search and destroy before this tournament started. In fact, we know it. Good old RC. Check out the trip cap. Call of Duty. COD League YouTube. Check it out, friends. Falling up top there, top construction, finding what you can. We're watching Zuma now, trying to make that infiltration play. As he does have dead silence, not a sound will be made. Formal, raise it. Envoy's up on the front line. Nice bit of bait and switch there as Mac tries to get involved. Lovely hip fire through the air as he does manage to get the kill. Nice trade, a very, very crucial one.
Out there.
He was directly above him, just couldn't quite get that angle. Tricky though. Hey, see how we go. Zuma and Envoy down, 4v4 now. Temp trying to find his way in through the back.
Will go down 45 seconds as start to see maybe a collapse here. 4v4 players. Teams have lost just one. Formal finds the entry. That's going to be onto Mac. He might not have got him in the start, but the smoke goes down. Scump gets traded out on Miles. We're down to just a 3v3 with 25 seconds.
Oh my goodness, that is incredible play from Gunless. He used the smoke as bait. Attached though. Last player left alive now for his team. 20 seconds left. Gotta go for the bomb. Gunless is on the defuse once again. Will he be so unlucky twice in a row? No, he's going to drop off the bomb with a little bit of time to work with the touch. Gets the kill. Just enough time to get the defuse. 10 seconds. It was close enough, but that gunfight really sealed the deal. Heads up play from Gunless, not to be fooled again in that situation. Big fan of his work. Wow. Whew.
For a second there, I thought Attach was pulling off a miracle 1v3. I thought it was just the stars aligning for the Subliners at that point, but Gunless stops any type of momentum there as he jumps on out, finds Attach. Maybe he got a call out there, but he did not have enough time to defuse that bomb and just sit there. I think Attach would have caught him off guard. Might have been a close one like round number 1, but a much needed round here for the Huntsmen.
Whew. I mean, this is just like, this is the first map they've had, or the first series they've had so far in the tournament, and what a nail biter it is already. Hey, it can only get easier, right?
I'm hoping we just get around with a little less stress, to be honest, Miles. It's so back and forward, but maybe I don't want that wish to come true, as of course all these great search and destroy rounds are making for such a special series as Zuma drops down into what feels like hell there as Envoy finds his second kill. Scump nails Mac, and we see ourselves a 2v5. As accuracy, they'll attack the last ones, make it just Attach here. He's going to be shut down as Huntsmen find a second round. Quick check though on the first bloods. Every round, Miles, again has gone to Chicago. They found that first blood, that entry kill. Subliners making it work though. Yeah,
really making it work. I want to say though, Attach the absolute beams to catch that player there off of the ruins head. Their head. I won't know what it's the head glitch, whatever it is. You know what it is. The chest high cover.
I like to call
power position. Love it. That's my guy right there. That power position there by ruins.
Whenever I say power position, you know it.
We call it headies. It's a heady, because all you can see is his head. Brilliant shots from Attach, though, still. Another round we go. Now, with New York on the offensive. Nades up for Mac. Express delivery doesn't quite work out. COVID has really interrupted everything, hasn't it? There we go. Towards that B site for Attach. Creeping in forward. Dead silence play again. Quick charge onto the site. I think the flash there would have hit the bomb, so Guns trying to catch somebody here on that transition across, but yeah, shut door. Very, very smart. You can still shoot through that, but nonetheless, provides ample cover. Envoy. Yeah. Oh, so close to the second.
Yeah, Scump does trade that out, though. Mac will fall. Mac finds one. Temp then trades onto Scump. It's back and forward, but it's the Subliners who separate themselves as they're now a 3v2. They're shut indoors, left, right, and center, it seems here, as Attach is waiting for the knock on the door. Pay your rent. As the Subliners find themselves a new resident at Ramazo up top there. They're breaking free. They're out of there. They don't like the place too much. They're looking for new residency as they find themselves a wild Gunless. And now in a 3v1, it's all up to Matt Piper, a.k.a. Formal. The bomb has rotated. This is surely a round we see Subliners close out.
You weren't wrong about the residency there, Phil. They were not enjoying being in the bottom of the gun shop. They made their way over to the construction site. Obviously a high prospect there. Prime real estate. Formal, though, doesn't need dead silence. He smashes his way in through the back. Gotta watch out for the next player. Sees a Tatch. Oh my. The reads were perfect. He basically knew where everyone was. But it didn't matter. Formal not able to get the kill. New York played their numbers very, very well. Wow, I mean, Formal really, he honestly knew exactly where everyone was going to be. That was instinctually an incredible play. Just so hard in a 1v3 situation. I mean, my neighbors would have seriously filed a noise complaint if he'd actually managed to get that around. I'm not kidding.
I'm on warning number 1 at this point, so I'll try and keep it down for you, but I can't promise anything. 3-2 is the current round count here as we go into round number 6. 0 and 5 for Zuma. I giggle, but it's true. I ain't lying to you. Scum edging his way forward. Zuma waiting for his first kill, and it's one way to do it. Uh-oh, there's 4 players around him. 2 down low.
Surprise!
1 up top. Just find 1 before dropping, and honestly, I think he should be happy with that.
Oh, he's going to be super happy with that one again from Mac. Nice kill from him. Slight advantage going the way. Oh boy, attempt just smashes the door wide open. Arsty's catches him napping. Formal. These doors, this school has not been a good place for the Formal and the crew of the Huntsmen. Temp's in there. The professor putting them to work. Now they're trying to think about the next push over towards B. There's a Tatch up top. Shots from Envoy. Just going to tickle him for now. Going to back on up. Don't let that really get away from you, because the more shots you fire, you basically draw a lot of attention to yourself. It does look like Temp's still chilling out down low. Formal's going to go down, and now it comes to Envoy in a 1v3.
Not the best of positions. He does get the bomb down, so he's got something going for him. A time to clutch up, a time to go big is now. He spots 1 long-range MP5, tags him. I think 1 more bullet might have put him on his backside there, but it's not going to be enough. No one on the defuse. Time is of the essence. 30 seconds now instead of 45. Temp deleted. No one there for the trader. 1v3. Down to a 1v2.
Oh.
Down to a 1v1. Envoy to clutch up for the Chicago Huntsmen. No one on the defuse. 20 seconds still to go. But accuracy has other ideas. 15 seconds. Plenty of time. And a great play from Envoy, but a smart read from accuracy. The defuse will come in, and the score will be 4-2 to the Subliners.
4-2 here in the final map of the series. However, one consolation there for the Huntsman fans. They love a challenge. They really love a challenge. The comeback potential now increases as you end up just fueling the beast that is the Chicago Huntsmen. Can New York, do they have the silver bullet to put down that monster? Have they got it here in the Search and Destroy on Ramaza?
Oh my, oh my. Getting down to the very end. Zuma was my my pick of the game, and I'm expecting maybe a little bit more in the later rounds here, as round number 7 is upon us, but his team is doing what he needs to do. Maybe he's just playing the bait role. I don't even know at this point, but as 90 seconds is down to 60. Quick check at that minimap. No progression really towards any bomb site. The bomb almost lingering around the middle, but here it goes. It's going to construction.
It's a noisy transition as well as they go towards construction, so we'll see if anyone picked up on anything. Is that one player directly below the bomb site? I can't even make out who it is right now. I think it's number 8. It's going to be Envoy. And here he is! Oh boy, Zuma just gets the better of him. That's his 2nd kill of the game, and what a huge one that was! Massive! Now, Formal on your screen, bouncing back, trying to find these kills and the assaulting players now towards that 3-story building, towards that construction site. And it's going to be once again Formal as he finds his 2nd. You got any more left in the tank? The timing's been absolutely unbelievable! He finds the trade! 3 kills up top for Formal. He's done a man's job. You can't ask for much more from him, but now it comes to a 2v2 with the bomb being armed.
Bomb goes down, 15 seconds goes to 45. A quick escape for the Subliners up the stairs. Gunless doesn't let him get too far. That being Mac, and now it's all up to Attach. He's been on point so far. He's 8 and 4. He's got to anticipate. Have they jumped on the bomb? The answer to that is no. The push comes through, but it's not going to happen. Scump was there for the kill, and I tell you what, if he went down, the trade was ready by Gunless. The defuse will come in, and this game gets even closer. My heart is in question.
This is the thing.
Torn apart right now.
We've seen the Huntsmen in this situation time and time again. We saw Gunless go for the defuse and Temp find him over towards the other side. And on this one, we've seen this go down twice now. And the Huntsmen have tried something different every single time. Kudos to them. First Gunners goes for the dip, immediately charges out, gets the 1v1 win, continues the arm. That time, instead of going for the actual defuse, they run straight upstairs, they clean up attach with a 2v1 trade, then they get the bomb. They're learning. They're becoming more dangerous. The comeback is real, but it ain't over yet.
Round number 8, here we go. So close. Yet it feels so far away. Quick stun check to the middle. Scum connects with nothing. Zuma ran straight through the middle, up the ladders. Could be the first in the action. I believe he might have found one. Temps found the second. I think that's a double. Semtex going into gunless here, but a great start to round number 8 for the Subliners.
Brilliant stuff. Now Zuma just needs to stay alive in this position. He can keep that pressure up. Temp with a crossfire. Lovely work. Temp with a second kill. Now it comes down to Scum. That is absurd. Brilliant positioning. Brilliant crossfire there from the Subliners. Now it comes down to Scum. 1v4. He's got 50 seconds. Not chance as Temp finds another one. Match point for New York.
I think you said it perfectly there. Donnie Temp. That third kill was beautiful. The second was pinpoint. And then just the knowledge of Scum down low. The confidence to challenge that. He had it all going for him right there. But Search and Destroy was close on map number 2. We've seen what the Huntsmen can do. New York need to close this out. They need to close it out right now. This could be the start of something special. It's double digits for Donnie Temp.
This is it.
As they are on the attack, they're going straight down the middle. This is cutthroat mouth.
No nades, no nothing. Right on through. The smoke's been passed right in towards the A site. The shots are there. Zuma opens it up. First blood, but Envoy from up high. A hail of gunfire, and he's going to get cut out as well. It's 2 players now down for the Huntsmen. Ladies and gentlemen, this could be it. Your Game Fuel Marquee match. Is this the final round? Gunless. Ian Arsty's now trying to break the bottom of the site. Temp, the first line of defense. The first shot's there. Unbelievable shots from Donnie Temp. He finds his best kill in a row. And oh my, blink and you'll miss it. The New York Subliners have only gone and done it. 6-3. 3-2 in the series. What a series that was.
Wow. 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 What have we seen? The New York Subliners come out of nowhere from near the very bottom of the CDL rankings or whatever you want to put it. These guys take out number 1 right now. With 13 kills, Temp finds an incredible 2 at the end there. A massive 4 on the round before, but a huge Search and Destroy win finds 10 points or 10 CDL points for New York Subliners. But then you start to think, hang on a second, Chicago home series, this is theirs. Everyone was thinking maybe a potential final, but they drop.
It's not over yet. We've got plenty of time left in the tournament, and boy, if that is a sign of things to come, very, very excited to see how far New York can go. Let's take a look at the final stats of the day here. Of course, your Game Fuel Marquee match was a banger. Everyone was right when it comes to that hype train. We have to believe that New York is something special there in that new roster, man. And I'm not at all disappointed with the performance from the Huntsmen. If anything, better. If anything, compared to the sort of like Super Saiyan-esque performance we were expecting from New York, for Chicago to go that far with them, to show such improvement in Search at times, I am not that disappointed. The tournament is long. Still plenty to play for here.
It certainly is. And Chicago, of course, will drop, but the tournament is not out. It's got to be frustration for sure for Chicago. And, you know, congratulations to the Subliners. These guys have had defeat after defeat after roster change after roster change. Nothing has gone their way in the CDL, and it sucks for the Huntsmen. You can see that right there for them. But for the Subliners, you know, they pick up much needed points to start climbing these ranks, and maybe something positive to come out of this. But you're right. You know, this isn't the end of the tournament. This isn't the end of the road for the Huntsmen. These guys can, of course, make a run for it.
Brilliant stuff though, mate. What a series to finish the day on. Friday has been a delight, my friend. Also, shout out to the guy in the chat that said it looks like Ron and Hagrid are casting this one. That is extremely funny. I don't know about you, Phil, but that really tickled me.
I'm with it. I gave it 2 thumbs up. Not that you can see Miles, but
no, I couldn't.
I like that. I like that.
Indeed, mate. What a day it's been, though. Really, dude. Like between getting to see the return of London, their latest roster, and seeing how they performed against Atlanta. Of course, Seattle versus LAG. Not a massive surprise there, but
yeah,
dude. What's been the biggest thing for you today? What's been the most exciting thing you've seen?
I mean, I was meant to cast game 2. I ended up casting game 1 and 4. All preparation went out the window, it did seem. But honestly, the most exciting thing was just kind of seeing the new rosters and kind of taking effect. You know, we started with the Ravens and Shawnee. We saw a very kind of competitive match against FaZe. Yes, it was a 3-0, but they were hanging in there. And then all the way to the very end, you know, we see Mac come in. It wasn't Mac who kind of lit up these New York Subline. He wasn't the one in the starlight, should I say? But it
No,
was
he
the
wasn't
rest
in the
of the players
headlines.
flourishing. It was Donnie Tempe, you know, for the Search and Destroy. We saw Attach 3 maps back to back in map 1, 2, and 3. It was incredible. But going into this, I never, ever thought I would see Subliners taking this. I thought maybe we'll see something special, cool out of Mac. But I saw Huntsmen in that semi-final against FaZe.
So a lot of New York fans out there that are very, very happy right now, and New York needs a win right now. Let's face it, mate. Going through a tough time, we love all that, but it is fantastic to have all these teams back in action. It's wonderful to see them playing, and it's good to see the little, player cams and all that stuff. We hope you're all taking good care of yourselves here in the quarantine. It's a strange and unprecedented time here in humanity, but hey, man, we're all just chugging along, and so far, so good. It could be way, way worse. And again, thoughts and condolences to anyone out there who does know someone who may have been lost to the coronavirus. It is a horrible thing, but do what you can to stay safe. Those who bite your nails, you can start with that. Don't be biting them. It's a terrible habit, but it's also very, very dangerous right now. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Phil? Do you know what I mean, Phil?
I know what you mean. It's all fun and games. You know, hygiene is important. We stress about it. We talk about it on the trip cap. We talk about on contesting the point. We talk about it here. So stay safe. We've got a long weekend ahead of us. We've got obviously tomorrow where we will start to see these loser bracket runs. We are going to see the Subliners go up against FaZe. I've not got the schedule in front of me, but this is going to be an incredible, incredible event, and it is certainly not over. But for New York fans, congratulations. For New York players, it's an incredible victory. Relish in this. Who knows what we will see? Do we see the double upset? Do we see them take down FaZe?
What an incredible upset that could be. Well, I think that's going to be all from myself and Ron over here. We hope you've enjoyed the show so far, friends. And when we come back, you'll see us tomorrow, casting more Call of Duty. But after the break, we've got our PlayStation Instant Reaction with Lottie in the desk. Take care.